Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about adding and or subtracting rational expressions with like denominators. You're going to need your notes, a pen and or pencil, and a calculator. So our objective today is that we will be learning how to simplify rational expressions accurately. So the same idea that we've already been doing, except for now today we're adding and subtracting before we simplify. So a little review when we're adding and subtracting regular fractions is that we have to have a common denominator. It's very important. These have to be the same. So if I did this one, I'm going to add 9 plus 5, and I'm going to get 14 over 6, which simplifies, because we have to simplify all of our fractions, so 2 goes into both of these. So we get 7 over 3. And we can leave it as an improper fraction. That's just fine. Right? Another way, you don't have to write this down, you guys, but when we're thinking about this, we have to have a common denominator. If we're going to add things, they have to be the same when we're dealing with fractions. So we can add the number of cows that we have. If I have 3 cows plus 4 cows, I'm going to get 7 cows. But then if I say, okay, I have 2 cows plus 3 ducks, you can't combine those, so our answer is still going to be what? 2 cows and 3 ducks. Right, so something just to think about. So you don't have to get this down, but it's something to think about. Now, please write this down for me. In order to add and subtract rational expressions, we have to have like denominators. Okay? And then after we have our like denominators, so today that's all we're going to have, all we have to do is add or subtract their numerators. And our denominator is going to be the same. And that's going to get our and then we have to make sure, that our final answer is simplified. Alright, I have 4 examples for you today. Here's number 1. So when we look at this one, these our denominators are the same, so now we can add. All we're going to do is add our top. So 7 plus 10 is 17 all over 4x. 17 and 4 can't be simplified. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is our answer. Go on to number 2. When we do this one, first thing we have to do is subtract, because we're subtracting our numerators, because these are the same. Our denominators are the same. So I'm going to have 10x minus 15 all over x minus 5. Well, the top I can factor out, so I'm going to do that. I can take out 5, and I'm left with 2x minus 3 all over x minus 5. I still can't simplify, but this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our answer. We'll leave it just like that. Alright, already on to example number 3. So this one, we have a common denominator. Now we're subtracting. So when we think about this, you guys, I'm going to rewrite this right away. I'm going to say x squared minus, now we're subtracting this whole quantity, 12 minus x. And then our denominator is just x squared minus 3x minus 28. Once we get this far, remember when we subtract, this has to be distributed. Okay, and I'm going to rewrite it in the correct order because we're going to go x squared all the way down to no x. So I have x squared, and then I'm going to have a plus x minus 12 all over x squared minus 3x minus 28. Now once we get here, 2 trinomials, so we can use the AC method for both. So for the top, I'm going to take A, C as to B, negative 12 and 1. My factors for this one are going to be 4 and negative 3. I'm going to plug it right into the box right away. So I have x squared, 4x, negative 3x, and negative 12. So I get negative 3x, x, and 4. So my factors for the first one are x plus 4 and x minus 3. going to do the same thing for the bottom here. Use AC method for this one. A times C has to add up to B. So I have 28 and negative 3. The factors of 28 and negative 3 are going to be negative 7 and 4. Plug that into the box. I get x squared minus 7x, 4x, and 28. Take my greatest common factor here. I'm going to get 4x, x, and negative 7. So I'll write those down here. I have x plus 4, x minus 7. Now remember, I have to simplify these, so I'm going to get rid of my like terms. I'm going to cancel those out, and I'm left with x minus 3 all over x minus 7. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is our answer. Alright, moving on to our last example. So let's make sure we get this in our notes, please. If we look at this one, we're just adding, so I'm going to get x squared plus x all over 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. On the top in our numerator, going to simplify this by just taking out my greatest common factor, which is going to be x. So I'm going to have x, and then I'll have x plus 1 is left over, all over. Now this one I have to use AC method, so I'm going to do A times C has to add up to B. I'm going to get 2 and 3. The factors of 2 are going to be 2 and 1. That add up to 3. Plug that into my box. I get 2x squared, 2x, 1x, and 1. So here I have 1. Here I have 2x, x, and 1. So my factors here are 2x plus 1 and x plus 1. Once we get to this part here, we can cancel our like terms. So x plus 1 and x plus 1 are the same. We're left with x all over 2x plus 1. And that is our simplified form and our answer. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you later. Bye.